Good morning, students. And today our topic name is pain. Okay, and what do you mean by pain? So pain is nothing else but an unpleasant sensory or emotional experiences associated with actual and potential tissue damage. Okay, so what is the meaning of this definition is nothing else but, so whenever you have any pain or any injury so to your body, so automatically your sensory system is going to be activate and your tissue is going to be damages, and automatically and your so body is going to be sensate the pain in your body itself. Okay, and it is mainly due to your, either it may be our body damage or it may be any type of an emotional unpleasant pain. Okay, and second is the nature of the pain. So here in the nature of the pain, so first one is a pain is a subjective and highly individualized. Okay, what they are saying that the pain is only by the person. Okay, so my experience of pain is not known to you and your experience of pain is not known to me. Okay, so next one is a physical and mental in nature. So what is going to be there here, and the pain is going to be stimulate either your physical body, either your mental tension of the body, and it interferes with the personal relationships and influence the meaning of the life. So what is going to be there, if you have a pain and you are not going to be lead a normal daily activities in your patterns, because you can't able to do your work as a self individual, and only the patient knows whether the pain is present, how experience feels. Okay, so what here the nature of the pain, only the patient can experience the pain, so no others can experience the pain of you. And next one is may not be directly proportional to the amount of tissue damage. So what they are saying that according to the extent of tissue damage or tissue injury only, so we can easily able to differentiate the cause of or nature of the pain. So that is the nature of the pain. And next one is signs and symptoms of the pain. So here whenever you have a pain symptoms, and automatically your respiration, your heart rate and your blood vessel, nothing else but vasoconstriction is going to be there. Due to the blood vessel constrictions, automatically the bp also is going to be increases and paler, and due to that and your blood cells is going to be decreases, and increased blood sugar levels also increases, and diaphoresis, nothing else but sweating. Okay, diaphoresis means sweating, and you have a dilated pupil. Okay, so these are the signs and symptoms you are going to differentiate. Or some of the four other main types of the signs and symptoms of pain are a mourning. So mourning, nothing else but mental suffering. Okay, so mourning means what, it's a mental suffering is called as a mourning. And next one is a guarding the area. So guarding the area, nothing else but always you will be watching over the damaged area of a tissue injured area, and you will be having restlessness will be there, and always irritable towards the pain. Okay, and the next goes for the types of pain. Okay, so types of pain is going to be classified into four types, that is based on duration and based on location, based on intensity and based on etiological factors. So in depth regarding of these, now we are going to deal that. Okay, so first one is types of pain. Okay, so types of pain according to based on duration. Okay, so understood. So again the types of pain is good, types of pain is going to be classified four types. So in that four types, so now I am dealing with the first one. Okay, that is pain based on duration, and again it is going to be subdivided into two types, acute pain and the chronic pain. So again chronic pain, it is going to be divided into three types: chronic non-cancer pain, and chronic cancer pain, and the chronic episodic pain. So first we'll be dealing with what do you mean by acute pain. See here the simple meaning of acute pain is nothing else but, so the patient last his pain for certain period of time only. Okay, so for example now, so the patient will be having a short duration of pain, and some emotional response will be there, and automatically so with or without the treatment this pain is going to be subsides. Okay, so that is called as acute pain. Okay, that is the thing. And next one is a chronic pain. So chronic pain, nothing else but is a long duration and which lasts longer than 6 months. Okay, and you may see that it is constantly, it will you will be feel that mild to severe it will be increases, the intensity levels will be increases. For example, now the short pain, the severity of the pain will be low first and later it will be increases. So some of the examples here given: arthritic pain and headache is going to bone pains. Okay, arthritic pain, headache and peripheral neuropathies, nothing else but the nervous system dysfunction is going to be there. So that is regarding of the chronic pain. Okay, so here the possible unknown cause of chronic pain is nothing else but they are giving the duration, frequency and psychological depressions. Okay, for example now, so frequently for 6 months period of thing you are having a longer pain you are having, so automatically you are depressed and you are having some of the suicidal thing in order to avoid the pain over the process, and you will be having a lack of interest in the activities, and you will be having a fatigue and sleep, and you'll have lack of anorexia. Okay, so not eating. Okay, so anorexia means having, so not able to eat, and weight loss and hopelessness and anger is going to be there for the patient. Okay, and the chronic pain, so already I have said that it is going to be divided how many types? Three types, that is chronic non-cancerous pain. So first we'll see what is a chronic non-cancerous pain. Okay, so chronic non-cancerous pain is nothing else but other than the cancer. So what are the other kind of disorders, disease conditions are called? Come to the consideration of the non-cancer pain. Okay, so here see, due to non-cancer disease condition, it is termed as chronic non-cancer pain. So other than the cancer disease, other than the cancer, so other disorders are called as a other causing disease pain is called as a chronic pain. And next one is a chronic cancer pain. So chronic cancer pain nothing else but, so the person will be having a tumor. Okay, so the person will be having a cancer tumor, and that is changing your pathological process in your body, and it releases some toxicity of treatment and infection, physical limitations is going to be there. So these are the symptoms of chronic cancer pain. And the next, chronic episodic pain. So episodic pain nothing else but, so the person will extend the pain last for hour, days or weeks. Okay, so that is called as episodic. Episode means what? So for example now, so today it comes and tomorrow it stops, and again tomorrow or day after tomorrow it's going to be regains. For example, here they have given that migraine headache. So how it is going to be there? Like episode, for certain 1 hour it will be there and subsides, and again 1 hour it is going to be regains. Okay, and next one is the major type of classification. First one is and classification based on duration. Okay, and that is divided into acute and chronic, and again chronic is going to be divided into three types. And now second one, that is classification based on location. So based on location nothing else but, so where the pain has from arised. Okay, so where the pain is going to be arise from, so that is headache, back pain, joint pain, stomach pain, cardiac pain and referred pain. So referred pain nothing else but any body part of the pain. Okay, so nothing else but, for example now, so you are getting pain over the chest. Okay, so means that is a part of the cardiac, so cardiac pain. Okay, so here that is the thing, cardiac pain may felt in the shoulder or left arm without chest pain, nothing else but, so where what is the main location? The chest. Okay, that is the best example of the based on location, it don't have any types. Okay, and next based on the fourth one. Okay, third classification. First one is based on the duration, and second one is based on the location, and now third one is what? Based on intensity. Okay, so intensity nothing else but mild or moderate pain or the severe pain. Okay, so whether the pain is very less or maybe a moderate pain is there, or the pain is a severe pain, so that is going to be differentiated. So how they are going to differentiate the intensity means, so here the pain measurement scale will be there. See here, no hurt means the smiling face is there, hurting little bit means some slight changes of the face, and hurts little more means see the face changes are there, and hurts even more means so where the eyebrows and the eyes are blinked, and where hurts whole lot means so the patient is confused, and whereas an hurts worst means the patient is in the process of crying. So they are going to make no pain, mild, moderate and severe, worst pain imaginable, so that they are going to categorize by the pain measurement scale. Okay, that is on intensity. Okay, so they are going to consider it. Already I have shown you that. So mild indicates what? 1 to 3, and moderate means 4 to 6, and severe means 7 to 9, and which is 10th one is the worst one, that is comes under severe pain only. Okay, that one only they are explained in this category. And the next one, so fourth one. Okay, so what is the fourth one? Classification of pain based on etiological factors. Okay, first one is what? Classification based on duration, and the second one is classification based on location, and third one is classification based on intensity, and now fourth one is what? Classification of pain based on etiological factors. Etiological factors means, so that is again it divided into two types, that is nociceptive pain and the neuropathic pain. So again nociceptive pain again divided into how many types? Somatic pain and the visceral pain. Again neuropathic pain, so in detail we'll deal with this, and a peripheral neuropathic pain and the central neuropathic pain. Okay, so what is the classification based on etiology? First one is nociceptive pain. So here nociceptive pain is nothing else but, so here for example, now you got an injury to the for example skin or any bone, okay, or the muscle. So automatically what is going to be there? Your functioning of nervous system send a signals to the tissue or the damage. Okay, so the nervous system send a signals to the tissue of the damaged one, and immediately where the pain is going to be stimulate and given signal to the central nervous system is called as a nociceptive pain. And somatic pain nothing else but, for example now, so where the skin, muscle, bone or connective tissue is there, so the sharp sensation of paper cut or aching sprankle, for example now, so somatic pain is nothing else but, for example with the one sharp object and you are cutting the area of the skin, muscle or the bone or connective tissue, and that originating the pain is called as a somatic pain. Okay, so is it clear? Okay, so what I mean by is there means, for example with any object or the knife and you are directly making the cut. Okay, so automatically what is going to be the sensory stimulators, what is going to be there over your skin, muscle or the bone, so that it's going to be disturbs. Okay, and that type of pain is called as a nociceptive pain. And here nociceptive pain is going to be sorry, that is somatic pain, and nociceptive pain is nothing else but any damage to your tissue. Okay, for example damage to the tissue means, so cut or broken experienced. Okay, so this is also nociceptive pain. For example now, the difference between nociceptive pain and the somatic pain is nothing else but automatically, so where the damage is there, okay, the patient will be experiencing the severe of pain, and automatically it will going to be subsides the pain after some time. But in the somatic pain, until the wound recovers, okay, so the bone, muscle and connective tissue and the originating pain, so that is going to be not reduced. Until the wound reduces only the pain is going to be reduces. That is a two difference between nociceptive pain and the somatic pain. Okay, and second one is under nociceptive pain, and it's visceral pain. Okay, so visceral pain nothing else but, so here where the pain is going to be originated from means thoracic, pelvic and abdominal visceral area is called as a visceral pain. For example of pains like cramping pain. Okay, so when you get a periods and you're having a cramping pain, right, and throbbing pain and pressing or aching qualities of pain is going to be there in your process. Okay, and what is the example like labor pain, angina pectoris or the irritable bowel pains. Okay, that is called as visceral. And again neuropathic pain, so they are giving some of the neuropathic pain is nothing else but damage or malformation nerves due to illness, injury or undetermined reason is called as a neuropathic pain. For example, what are these kind of neuropathic pain is diabetic peripheral neuropathy. So what is going to be that? Due to the diabetes mellitus, and where the nervous system is not going to be take the action of the impulses, so automatically it is a type of neuropathic pain. The nervous system where the body muscles is going to be have a aching pain. And next one is a phantom limb pain. Okay, so phantom limb nothing else but, here the meaning of phantom means, so imagination pain. Okay, so limbs, okay, over the area already the patient is feeling like that he's having a pain over the limb, or if having any spinal cord injury pain. Okay, so if there is any spinal cord injuries and you will having that is type of neuropathic. So you see that it is usually chronic one, and it is how this neuropathic pain is described means, and whenever one burning occurs or electrical shock occurs, okay, so that type of pain will be there for this neuropathic pain. Okay, and it is very difficult to treat, and also These neuropathic pain is two types based on, so that is peripheral neuropathic pain and the central neuropathic pain. So peripheral neuropathic means from the lower part of the body, and central nervous system means to the brain surfaces. Okay. And next one, neuropathic pain. So due to the damage of peripheral nerves, so like for example phantom limb pain. Central nervous systems means spinal cord injury pain or the post stroke pain. Okay, so these are the two examples what I gave said. Okay, so what is the factors influencing of the pain? Okay, so here just the described developmental factors, physiological factors, social factors, psychological factors, and culture factors. So in detail we'll be dealing with the factors now. Okay, first one is what? Developmental factors. Okay, so in the developmental factors, what is the first one? Is age factors. So whenever you are comparing with the age factors, as the infants and the older adults are more influenced to the pain surfaces, because and verbally, so they can't able to describe the pain due to the less immunity levels or the caregivers, because the children who are the infants and they don't have the capable to explain, and where the older parents and they can't explain the pain. So because overall the due to a less immunity and they can't explain which type of pain it is. Okay. And second one is a physiological factors. So physiological factors means fatigue. So okay, if the person is having a fatigue, so the person will have the decreased coping strategies or decreased coping abilities. So due to that, so the patient can't able to bear the pain levels, okay, unless he is according to his perception of the greater. Okay, and next one is the genes. So genes nothing else but according to the information of past of the parents. Okay, if the parents having of the possibility of increase or possibility of increase to bear the pain, and automatically that gene is going to be transmitted to the children's. Okay, so that type of factor also affecting the gene. And next one is a neurological function. So neurological function nothing else but already I explained you, neuropathic pain, that is central peripheral neuropathic, and whereas in spinal cord. Okay, so peripheral neuropathic and the central nervous system. So the any that defects are there, that is also physiological factor. So third one is what? Social factor. So social factor means not attention. So you know, so already the example, if you have a some pain and frequently you are pricking over that pain, means still more the pain rate will be increases. So if you are diverting your mind, if you are getting pain also, so you are mingling with others, and you are imaginating and you are deviating from the pain, automatically the pain response is going to be diminished, or the pain response is not going to be there for the patient. That is also the factor. And next, previous experiences. So previous experiences means, so for example, so once you have one at least one time also you are not exposed to carry a cannula for your hand. Yes, and first time if you are carrying that cannula, so you will be having severe pain and fear and to keep the cannula or injection. Yes, so at the same time, and if you have the experience of previous experience of keeping cannula so 3 or 4 times, and you will be having a less fear towards the object. Okay, and next one is a family and social support. Okay, so what is going to be there? If you have a family and friends support to you, automatically so your pain experience will be limited. So because so somebody are there to care for you, so automatically so they will be having a subsiding, and some comfortness is going to be there by the support of family and society. And next, spirituality. Okay, spirituality is nothing else but, okay, so which is not unknown. Okay, spirituality nothing else but, so which is not unknown to other person. So if the person feels painful also, and he will be keeping a trust on God, and he will be having a consolation from the God and the spiritual belief itself. Okay, and next one is the psychological factors. So psychological factors means first one is anxiety. So for example, now if you have an injury or the infections, if you have more anxiety and fear what happens to me, and continuously if you are making me still more, the perception of pain is going to be increases. If you are taking light towards your condition, and where the normal condition is going to be there for the patient. And next, coping styles. So coping styles means already in the first topic I have explained you. And if you have a coping strategy says that I can recover, and it's going to be subsided automatically, so the pain levels is going to be reduces. Okay, and next one is cultural factors. See, the culture is teaching you and how to live and how to believe and how to motivate from one person to other person. The culture is teaching that. Yes. So here, what the culture is teaching in the pain means. So some culture backgrounds will experience the childrens to so struggle the pain from their childhood onwards itself. Okay, so that is a factor that is affecting the area. Okay, that are the factors of pain levels. Next one is a pain assessment and management. Okay, so pain assessment. So how we are going to assess the pain? So first is a precipitating and elevating factor. So for first we have to assess and what is the cause of pain. So that is only precipitating factor, nothing else, but what is a cause that making the person to be painful. Okay, so that you have to understand. And quality of pain. So quality of pain means what? So the characteristics of the pain. So either it is a burning pain, either it is a dumb pain, sharp pain, and electric shock like pain. So that everything is called as a quality of pain. And next one is a radiation. So radiation, nothing else but here location, where the location of pain is going to be situated. So already we had told that what is that. So either cardiac pain or the pricking pain, heartburn pain, abdominal pain. So these kind of pains are called as a radiation pain, where is the exact location. And next severity. Severity means what? Already I have shown you on the scale, right? So I'll show you different scales now also, and by that scales and we can able to identify the severity of the pain. And timing means what? So either it may be the acute pain or the chronic pain. So acute pain means what? So like days and weeks it is going to be subsided, whereas in a chronic pain and it will be taking a time period of 6 months. Okay, and by facial expression you are going to identify, and vocalization like crying and mourning like mental suffering, and body movements. Okay, so showing the movements like guarding. So guarding means what? Watching a body movements, resistance of moving, that she's having a pain here, like that we can able to assess the pain assessment. Okay, and for example how we can have assessments like grimacing. See, with these expressions, and fawning. So this expression is called as a fawning, and your forehead will be a wrinkles, that is called as a frowning. Okay, and pain assessment tools. So I already explained you by the scale. Okay, so that is verbal rating scale, numerical scale, and the Wong Baker's face pain scale. Okay, verbal rating scale means no pain, mild pain, moderate pain. So this is already we have discussed in the that topic previously. Okay, and numerical rating scale. So numerical rating scale means three things will be the no pain, moderate pain, and worst possible pain. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So according to numbering they are going to give. And next one is a Wong Baker's face pain scale. So that is according to the expression of the person, and they are going to make a scale process. That is no hurt, hurt little bit, hurt little more, hurt even more, and the hurt whole lot, and hurt worst. Okay, so that is a numerical scale of Warm Baker's pain scale. Okay, and next management of the pain. So only we have discussed assessment of pain. Now this is a management of the pain. So first one is what? Pharmacological interventions, and second one is non pharmacological interventions. So what do you mean by pharmacological interventions? So by drugs, giving of some drugs like analgesics. Okay, so analgesics is mostly given for to relieve the pain, and this is also non-steroid anti-inflammatory drugs. Okay, so these are also the pain relief drugs, and opioids also the pain relief drugs. Okay, and the next one is adjuvants. Okay, adjuvants nothing else but analgesics. Okay, and so according to the severe, for example already I have shown you the scale, right? And according to the severity only you can able to give the step 1, step 2, step 3 category. Only you have to select the drugs. Okay, that is NS. Step 1 means NSAIDs and adjuvants is enough, and step 2 category is my moderate means NSAIDs, mild opiates and adjuvants is enough, and if strong means strong opiates and NSAIDs and adjuvants. Okay, that is severe pain. Okay, this category step 1, step 2 and step 3 pain scale means 1 to 3, 4 to 6 and 7 to 10. So according to that, so the drugs we have to give. Okay, and next, and non-opioids. Okay, it's like paracetamol, aspirin, and this we have to give, and opioids drugs like morphine and codeine. And whereas an Adjuvant drugs means tricyclic antidepressants, anti-epileptics, and corticosteroids. Okay, so first we are just we explain the classification, but here they explain the drugs. Okay, non-opiate drugs, what paracetamol and aspirin or NSAIDs also it is called as. Okay, and opioids means morphine and codeine pain, and whereas an adjuvants means tricyclic antidepressants, anti-epileptics, and the corticosteroids are the adjuvant drugs. Okay, and the patient controlled analgesics. So I will show you the picture. What is a patient control? Nothing else but the patient itself will self administer the opioids, that is morphine and the fentanyl. Okay, see here. So this one. Okay, so patient itself we have a pain levels, and automatically the patient will be operating the. Okay, so here the drug will be there, and automatically the patient will be inject the injections to the body. Okay, so that is a patient control analgesic. So this is very difficult that, so the patient will push attach the button to reset demand dose. The patient pushes the button attached to the, so patient. Okay, so patient control analgesics. Okay, so what is the thing is that overdose is or we can relieve the overdoses by this. Okay, so because for example if the patient is having pain, so we are going to give excess of dose. Okay, so continuously giving of excess of dose is also very dangerous for the body. So automatically whenever the patient is having a pain, so he will be injected a little bit of the opioid in the chamber process. So this is the thing. Okay, and next topical analgesics. Okay, topical analgesics means over the skin. Okay, here like dermal. Okay, transdermal patch. So here the patch will be there for this, the drug is going to be there, and for the drug, and they are going to give the drug over that. So okay, and it is going to be relieve some of the pain reliefs from the body. So the patch will be sticking to the skin and deliver a small amount of dosage continuously, it will delivers. Okay, and next one local anesthesia. So already you knows that local anesthesia means what, like skin lesions for suturing of the wounds, and they are going to give, right, and dental also. See here that this is a local anesthesia where it is supposed to need, and they are going to give that local anesthesia. And next one is a regional anesthesia. For regional anesthesia means like a spinal anesthesia they'll give, right, and epidural anesthesia. So that type of anesthesias are called as a regional anesthesia. And next go for the non-pharmacological measures other than the medications. And what are the thing is that first one is a heat and cold applications. Okay, so heat and cold application means hot applications, and the so cool to relieve the pain over the part. And meditation, and they are going to go for the meditation, and it will distract your pain. And distraction, so distraction nothing else but, and you should not concentrate on the pain, and you have to distract yourself, and you have to so move away from the pain stimulus. Okay, and imaginary, so imaginary nothing else but, so you are going to imagine the pleasant days of yours. Okay, or the pleasant features if you are whatever you like, for example, and imaginating one stories. Okay, so that kind of things you can do means, and it is also one type of pain reliefs. Okay, and tense application, I'll show you what is a tense application. And music therapy, massage, they will give yoga, and I'll show you the acupuncture also. And herbal therapy, like for example garlic. Okay, some of the home remedies, and that is which is essential to reduce the pain. Okay, so this is a tense. Okay, so tense nothing else but, so already I have shown you the patches, right? So these patches will be having often pain relief measures, and they are going to keep over your neck and your shoulders, and to reduce the pain stimulus and overall the body. That is called as a tense. And they are going to do the yoga, meditation, and acupuncture. So acupuncture nothing else but, so same pricking, for example now, so slight pricking like needle pricking will be there. So if they are doing like that, and where the patient nervous system will be controlling your pain control, and where the pain is deviating from your original tissue damage of pain to the peripheral pain, so that more than that, and it is a less pain you are going to motivate, and after some time again it is going to be reduces. Okay, and that is regarding of pain. Okay, thank you.